Sam well into the season now. From a playing point of view, is it as frustrating for us because we know we should be better off with the points?
Yeah, I think in some ways it's probably more frustrating because we're playing so well. If we were getting battered every week or outplayed or outclassed, you'd be thinking fair enough, it's a big step up. But the fact that we're playing really well and competing against every team we play against, and big teams like Derby, Wigan, and other teams that we've sort of dominated at times, and we've not found the results we wanted. So yeah, in some ways it's more frustrating. Yeah,
Has to be a huge positive everybody can take because we are the better side for so much of these games.
Yeah, and I think Saturday was the same. Especially first half, they went 1-0 up. Sort of, they started well, to be fair to them. But after that, the next half an hour, we absolutely battered them. I thought. So unlucky not to get a goal from Gibbo or Luke. So hopefully the luck will turn and we'll get these little nicks that we need.
Has there been a knock in confidence at all through the early part of that season when we were thinking, well, when's it coming?
I don't think so. No. Yeah, start that again. No, I don't think there has. I think if anything, we've gained confidence because we're playing well every game, like I say, and we're going from strength to strength. I think like we started the season, some ways getting used to Lavelle. I think in some ways, but Callum Guy's been really poor all season. He needs to liven up a little bit.
No!
Oh, he was there. Sorry. All right, Cal.
Don't say that live.
Is it?
Yeah, that was a good laugh.
Well, nah, he's been good, Cal. To be fair too. Right, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. I mean, that's disrupted everything else, but that's Callum Guy to a T. That shows us, doesn't it? There's that team spirit that's so important.
Yeah, and I think when I've come here, everyone's always said that the team spirit in the Carlisle dressing room has been the best they've been in, and I've seen it firsthand. It's the lads are great. Everyone's down to earth. Everyone's working hard for each other behind the scenes. So yeah, that's going to help us, and I think it's only improving at the moment. I think, and I think that's showing in the performances. We're getting better and better, and like I said before, hopefully the performances and the luck turns for us.
This settling in thing that we always ask new lads who come along, is it a thing, Sam, or do you just get in here and get on with it?
I settled in really quickly, personally, so I think as dressing rooms go, when I was new at Charlton and things like that, and Morecambe, I think I felt like it probably easiest to settle in here. So I think it's not just a rumour or things people say about Carlisle about and settling in and things like that. I think it's true, and the gaffer's got a good squad of staff, good squad of players, and the people around the place are all welcoming. So yeah, I settled in within days.
It's about standards as well. We're seeing that you demand it amongst yourselves. The manager's constantly demanding it. That's good to see.
Yeah, and I think we're getting even higher standards. I think as the weeks go along, everyone's realised that you can't get away with certain stuff. I think in this league, League Two, you could probably get away with a bit more than you can in League One. So I think yeah, people are adjusting to that, and the standards are getting higher, and training's getting better. Everyone's working harder, everyone's getting fitter, and I think yeah, we're just improving from week to week.
I suppose Saturday's an example of that. We looked like we dealt with both situations, didn't we? The next thing, there's either a penalty or a goal.
Yeah, it's frustrating. There's like everyone knows on Saturday they took the chances. They had 2 chances and scored 2 goals. We had a couple and a bit of luck here and there. Like we could have gone 3-1 up, 4-1 up. So yeah, it's just about being clinical, and you get punished in this league for different things. And obviously it's a lot sharper and a lot quicker. So I think living life off the pitch is takes an effect on that as well. And I think the lads are adjusting to it, and I think we have done. I think we've found our feet a bit now. It's just about getting these goals and getting these wins and getting a bit more experience, a bit of nous like Derby had on Saturday, and how to win a game.
Proof in the pudding was there, wasn't it? A 3-game unbeaten run. That's not easy at any level.
No, 3 good results, and I was so annoyed last week after to Lincoln because I thought we battered them. I thought no comments on the referee, but I think it was almost impossible to win with him in charge. But I knew that was a big 2 points drop because we played so well. We absolutely outclassed them and should have been out of sight in the first half. So yeah, that was probably the most annoyed I've been after a game for years because, like I said, we played so well. But yeah, we need to keep playing well, and hopefully we'll turn.
Similar question to earlier, when you're playing with Hunts and Mells as a 3, or when it switches to a 4, do you have to get to know these relationships, same with the goalkeeper behind you? Or is that something that just comes naturally because you know your job?
Definitely, I think every player you play with in different areas of the pitch are different, so you need to know where they're going to run, how they're going to act, if they're going to win the headers, if they're going to do certain things. So definitely relationships is a thing in football, and like you say, the more you play with someone, the more you train with someone, you know their strengths, their weaknesses, so you know when to cover them or what they're going to do with the ball, sort of thing. So yeah, I think that's building from week to week, and yeah, I feel more confident these days.
You've been involved in quite a few of the man of the match votes, and the fans have actually voted you as man of the match for a couple. That must be good to see that reaction from the fans for a player.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think I said to Gav the other day, it's the first time I've been enjoyable football for years really. Lincoln last weekend was the first time, if I'm dead honest, I've enjoyed a game of football for like I say years, because everybody wanted the ball, everyone was tackling each other, you went for a header, you turned around, your mate was there backing you up. We all said at half time, like, this is enjoyable, like, carry it on sort of thing. So that's the feel I get, and if the fans are saying the same thing and thinking we're playing well and myself playing well, then that's all I can ask for. And I think confidence is a big thing in football, and I think I've got that back now.
You touched on it, Sam, the fact that this level you get punished. How different is I mean, you've had it with Charlton, Morecambe, you've played at different levels. How different is League One to say League Two?
I think the fitness and sharpness is the biggest thing. I think it's a big step up in that way. You don't sprint away from plays like you can in League Two. You don't out-muscle them like you do in League Two sometimes, and you've got to be a bit more quality on the ball, I think. So yeah, the biggest thing for me is the fitness and the running really. I think if you see the running stats that we've done this season, it's a lot higher than last year, and the high intensity runs are a lot higher. So yeah, sharpness and fitness, I'd say.
And we're seeing that part of your game much more, not just the defending, the ball's coming to you and you're looking whether you go left, right, through the middle, whatever it's the playmaker part of it as well.
Yeah, and that's something I did when I was younger, but I've not really done for a few years now. So it's part of the game that I think I've got in my locker, deep down maybe some might say. But no, I enjoy that part of it as well. So yeah, I think part of it, I'm obviously a defender, but I can start attacks as well, sort of thing. So if I've got composure and starting moves and things like that, it sort of ripples off across the team.
There's a goal coming in there.
Yeah, that's one thing. I think I've started my season well personally, but I think a goal would have topped it off, I think, so far. The Lincoln one, that's probably another reason why I was so annoyed after the game, because that header I thought I got too much onto it, if anything. So yeah, I'm getting closer. It's a part of the game that I need to add. There's a few things I need to improve on, but scoring goals and dominating both boxes is probably the main priority, and I think me and Hunt's are due one really.
And finally, Sam, I mean, I was going to say it's a tough game. They all are, aren't they? League One, Wickham, it's a tough game.
Yeah, and played there a few times, and they've always had a sort of direct style of play. I think with the new manager they pass it around a bit more. But yeah, tough place to go. They're a well-established League One team. They nearly got promoted a few years ago, so another great test for us. But again, they're beatable. And I think, like I said before, we've competed against the better teams in the league, the bigger teams, if you like, and sort of battered them in some times of the game. So I think we play with confidence, play with no fear, and togetherness again. We'll be alright, and it's definitely winnable.
Absolute pleasure, thank you.
Cheers, Andy. Cheers, mate.